It's been a hot minute since I personally used an Android phone. Well, let's just say it's been a long while. But we are always open to explore new worlds and possibilities, and we are always up for a little challenge. Hi, my name is George. I'm an aspiring content creator from the Philippines, and I mainly focus on tech, desk setups, photography, videography, and anything about content creation. We got a chance to check out the new realme 9 Pro Plus, realme's new upper mid-range offering that packs a punch, especially on the camera department. This phone features a triple camera setup which houses a 50 megapixel Sony IMX766 sensor and an f1.8 lens for its main camera, an 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra-wide camera, and a 2 megapixel f2.4 macro lens. I heard that the 50 megapixel Sony IMX766 sensor is a flagship level camera with great low light capabilities. Plus, it has OIS, optical image stabilization, so no worries for shaky hands as you would be able to shoot handheld even in the most dim situations. And that's what we are about to find out. Realme Philippines reached out and tapped me for this challenge, so I took the Realme 9 Pro Plus for a spin on a little product photography session. I'll walk you through what happened, what results we got, and I'll throw in some little tips and tricks to help you out achieve some cool shots even with just a mobile phone. Of course, a good initial test for the camera capabilities is via point and shoot. It's probably the most usual way of using the cameras on this one, so I went ahead and shot a few photos of my desk, more like imitating the shots that I usually do for my desk setup content. The photos that came out of the main camera are actually good. Images are clear and crisp, and they are surprisingly well lit given that I've set my light to the lowest intensity for the shot. One tip that I can give you here when shooting photos is trying out different angles. As human beings, we are used to seeing objects from our own eye level. So trying out different angles like shooting from a low angle or shooting from a high angle can give you a different perspective or a different overall look to your photos. Next, I tried it out on a shooting setup for a product. For this one, I used the little brother, the Realme 9 Pro, as the subject. I used two lights for this, one to light the back of the phone to show its beauty and another to light up the side of it. So here's what the shot looked like. Add some editing magic and we got this. Tip for this one is play with lights. I am reminding you that expensive gear are not required, but if you have access to some, go on and utilize it. But you can always use lamps, flashlight, any kind of light source and see what it does and how it plays out with your scene. Next up is playing around with shadows and observing how they behave in certain ways. So for this one, I am introducing the term Gobo. Gobo is short for go between optics. It is anything that you put in front of your light source to create interesting shapes of lights and shadows. There are some available pro tools for this, but you can always DIY your way into creating some. Which I did for this set. I used a phone's flashlight as my main light source, mounted it a little high, and then I used this bottom enclosure of a tissue roll holder. I realized that it has this cool square pattern that will surely look great as a gobo. What we learned from this one is shaping your light and shadows. Yes, sometimes a good, large, even light is amazing, but playing around with light and shadow shapes are great in creating a certain moody effect for your photos. Try it out on your blinds or your windows. Using the same light setup from the previous one, the phone flashlight, I tried a back and side lighting to feature this water flask. I added a bounce board on the side so it will bounce some of the light from the flashlight and give this little hint of light on the side of the subject. And here's the shot for this one. Pro tip, don't be afraid of the shadows. Shadows are actually helpful in shaping your image as it adds depth to your shot. Backlighting and side lighting are great ways to emphasize the shape of your subject as it adds this lining of light on the sides of your subject. And that's it. That's the whole shooting session, and those are some of the tips that I can give you to help you out with creating a different and moody look for your images. Experimenting on shots is fun, and I actually enjoyed shooting with the realme 9 Pro Plus. Quality is great, the low light capabilities really surprised me. The OIS really helped in shooting handheld. All in all, this is a good shooter and definitely could be a great tool for content creation. This just shows that the camera capabilities of smartphones these days are getting better and better. So, hashtag capture the light with the realme 9 Pro Plus. Thank you so much to Realme Philippines for letting me try out the new phone. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up. If you love it, consider subscribing. If you got something to say, comment on this comment section down below and let's talk there. And if you want to learn more about photography and dive into product photography, here are some of the videos I created. So yeah, have fun learning. Peace. Click at least one of these. Go here or here. Just click one.